You found your competitor's best ad, but that ad is one small part of a much bigger machine. You still don't know what content pulled that person in before they ever saw it. You don't know the page they landed on right after, and even the offer waiting at the end. So you copy the ad, run it, and it flops. Because the ad was never the part doing the real work. I've spent time inside WhoScale, and I want to show you what it actually pulls up. Just what you can take from it and use. Quick thing before we get going, if you want to try WhoScale after watching, the link is down in the description below. You can use the code PORF15. It gets you 20% off at checkout. Now here's what studying a competitor looks like without a tool. You open their Instagram, scroll their reels and try to guess which one actually did numbers. You then click on an ad library and dig through their ads, click on one, land on a page and lose the thread. And then you open a spreadsheet to keep track of it all. That is a lot of guessing, and at the end of it, you still only have fragments. You've got a reel here, an ad there, and a landing page that you only remember halfway. You never see how those pieces connect. This is the real problem. It is not that the info is hidden, it's more of just being scattered. You end up admiring your competitor instead of learning from them. So let me show you what needs to change. I'll walk you through 3 layers that you can pull up, one at a time, and I'll show you the exact value you can pull out of each. Now for the first layer, you can see the organic content that's actually working for them. Not what they posted, but what actually performed. And there's more sitting in that than people realize. You can look at which reels pulled the most views. That alone hands you a list of proven ideas, but if you go deeper, you can look at the hooks that they keep repeating. And when someone opens 5 different reels with almost the same first line, it means that the hook is winning and they already know it. You don't need to copy their words, you just take the structure of that hook and point it at your own topic. And you skip weeks of testing openers that barely go anywhere. And then you look at the topics that keep pulling in views. That is your content calendar. You should stop asking, what should I post this week? And start asking, which of these proven topics haven't I covered yet? That is a big difference and a mindset shift. And look at the formats that they lean on. Some markets respond to a face talking straight to the camera. Some respond to a text on screen with a B-roll behind it. And even some respond to just a screen recording. You can see which format their audience actually rewards so you're not guessing at your own style from scratch. Put those together and you walk away with a swipeable file, proven hooks, and topics in a format that actually works before you even film something. Now for the second layer, you can see what they trust enough to put their money behind. This is a whole different level of signal, and it's where a lot of the real value sits. Posting content is cheap, but running an ad costs money every single day that it is live. So when you look at someone's ads, you're not looking at what they hope it works. You're looking at what they're betting their real budget on. So you can watch which angles jump from organic straight into the paid. When an angle works for free and then they decide to pay to push it harder, that angle is double validated. It's earned attention on its own and it's earned a budget. That's about the strongest signal that you could get from this business. And that should be the one you'll be testing in first. Look at how long a creative has been running. This part is huge. Nobody keeps paying to run an ad that loses money for them. So an ad that has been live for a long stretch, maybe more than a few months, is almost always the winner. And you can pull that ad apart, analyze it like the hook, structure, the promise, and the way it travels down to the click. The goal is not to copy it. It's more about learning why it's converting so that you can build your own version that actually works. And then you can get a read on what they're putting on the most weight. When you can see which campaigns seem to carry the most budget, you're basically looking at the media plan that they paid a lot of money and time to figure it out. So the value here is very simple. You stop lighting the budget on fire testing cold ideas. You can instead walk in already knowing which angle has legs and which creative shape converts. That can be the difference between the first campaign that dies and a first campaign that gives you a customer. And for the third layer, you can follow any ad all the way to the offer. This is the part almost nobody gets to see, and honestly it might be the useful out of the 3. You click through the ad and you get the whole backend, the landing page, VSL or the webinar, and the offer sitting at the end. So take a look at the landing page first. What does the headlines promise? How much do they ask for upfront? Is it a free lead magnet, a low ticket tripwire, or a straight booking page? That structure itself tells you how they warm people up. And then the VSL or the webinar. This is the pitch itself, like how they open it, how they build the case, stack the offer, and handle the why now. You're watching a sales argument that's already been tested on thousands of real buyers. You couldn't pay for a better lesson. Now check the price, bonuses, and the guarantee. The way they frame the whole thing as a deal, you'd be so silly to pass it up. When you can see a competitor's full offer laid out, you can position yours against it instead of guessing in the dark. In a few minutes, you've traced the exact path a cold stranger takes, from the ad that stops, to the scroll, to the thing they ask to buy. That is the funnel that you can model, page by page, and it's already been proven to convert because of what they have invested into it. Instead of studying a reel one day and an ad on another day, you can see the whole chain at once. You get to see how the strongest people in your market built their entire acquisition, and each piece feeds the next. The hook feeds the angle feeds the ad, and the ad feeds the funnel, which leads into the offer. Nothing floats on its own anymore. And every single one of this has proof sitting behind it. You're not just guessing, you're modeling on what already works and making it yours. Let me just make it clear on who gets the most out of this. If you're starting your coaching business, your course, your community, this is for you. You don't have budget to waste on angles that don't land, so you don't have to. Go look on what's already working for people ahead of you, build on that from day one, and this is how you skip the slow, expensive guessing phase that quietly kills most beginners before they even get traction. And if you run an agency and you consult for info business clients, this is your edge. You can open a call and show a client exactly what their competitor is posting, what they're paying to push, and how their funnel is built, page by page. You can hand them a plan that's backed by what's already working on the internet. That is the kind of thing that makes a client trust you fast and keep paying you. It makes you look like you did homework nobody else on the pitch bothered to do. Here's the thing I really want you to catch. Most spy tools show you the ad and then stop. You get the creative, maybe your run date, and you're on your own for the rest. WhoScale does not stop at that. It shows you the content, feeds the ad, and the funnel that ad leads into. That is the difference between copying a piece and understanding a system. So quick version, you can see the organic content that's actually working, see what they're paying real money to push, how long it's been running, and you can follow any ad all the way to the other. And it's all done in WhoScale. If you want to go look inside your own market, the link is in the description down below. It takes you straight into WhoScale.io and it makes sure your discount gets applied. Use the code PROF15 at checkout for 20% off. Do it now while you're thinking about it, because right now someone's running the exact same funnel you've been trying to figure out, and you can keep guessing or you can pull the whole thing apart piece by piece in an afternoon. I'll see you in the next one.